What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, Man Trap Vision 3D, and I am on Carnival's Glory, right? It is approximately 6:15 a.m. and what I can tell you is I'm having fun. But I wanted to share with you, this is the most important part of the cruise for me. That may sound crazy, but hear me out. I'm tore away from my city, tore away from the everyday back and forth. Even with YouTube, I enjoy doing YouTube, right? I enjoy talking about watches, talking about the lifestyle, talking about horology in general. But man, it's like, look at that. That is, it's nobody out. Well, there's a few people like over there chilling, and there's a couple people up yonder. Yes, I said yonder. They're out there doing their thing. Their workers are doing their thing. And in about an hour and a half, we'll be getting off the ship. Well, no, roughly, about 2 hours. We'll be getting off the ship, going to Nassau.
Okay, you being shopping by my ex-wife?
But this right here takes the cake. Now, where does this watch come in play? This piece right here. You see the similarities? This is what's crazy. And I was sitting here, I wasn't even gonna do this video. I was just sitting here looking like, you know what's crazy is, even though the sun is about to rise, this is a faded, you can't really see the color really pop, but like you see the similarities. The blue, look at that. The blue in the bezel reminds you of the water, and then the sun. That is amazing, bro. And I guess the bracelet and all that will be like the sky or whatever. But you see what I'm saying, right? That is one of the most beautiful things that I enjoyed about watches. On this cruise, I actually took an 18-slot dive case, and I took it to the store, one of the shops, and set up, and the people were like amazed at what I had. I had my G-Shocks, I have 3 Islanders with me. Yeah, 3 Islanders made it on the cruise with me. And as they were going through the watches, people were coming over and looking at it, and sort of like an expo, right? I did an expo. And you know, this watch came up in conversation. And they're like, what is that, right? And it's crazy. It's like, it's not recognizable by like a Rolex or even a Timex, right? They were like, hey, do you have Timex? You have Rolex? Like, you missing this out your collection. However, and this is purely the testimonies from people, my Islander like this piece right here, that, like, bro, so many people were like looking at that watch, and I said, yeah, this is like one of my favorite watches now. And man, this is the best part about, like, even with these watches being reviewed, when they're being chased after, right? When they're talked about in high esteem, these are the watches that you want to put in your collection. This is everything. These watches are life. You can't move without these watches. You got to go out and get them now, buy now. Look at this, though. I get to come out here and, like my man Tyree from Wrist Unwound, tell a story. Now, this watch was pre-owned when I got it. This came from Mark at a wind-up. Was it wind-up? I think it was, no, my bad. It was DC District Times. And I remember when I saw this watch, there were a number of people that talked about it. It was a breakout. And I'm gonna say this, of all the designs that Mark has in the Islander lineup, this is one of my favorites. Hands down, one of my favorites. I had my Upper Brookville with me too, and that guy, I absolutely enjoy that watch. It's, man, such a beautiful watch, man. Gosh. Whew. Man, don't even get me started. So, like, today, I get to enjoy and do my thing. Good morning.
Good morning.
I get to do my thing with my family, but watches are a part of what I do and what I like, what I enjoy. This watch isn't one that I'm going to tell you to go out and get, though. If you don't have it, consider it. It's inexpensive, right? And if you're fortunate enough to go to a wind-up and they have one, see if they got it in the flea market. If you don't want to pay full price, that's all I can tell you. But I tell you, I'm going to that beach today, the Bahamas. Man, that's all I wanted, man. Enjoy life, man. Enjoy the watches that you have on your wrist, man. Make a story. Make it personal.
Started from his wife and a pop's watch face so fat the band had